God is telling me that somebody is thinking about something that you said or something that you did, and it's like really weighing heavily on this person. Like I'm being shown their heart kind of growing and growing and becoming heavier and heavier, but it just feels like there's something burdening this person. It's like something they said to you, something they did to you. It's like eating away at this person's consciousness to no end. It's like for some reason they cannot get you out of their mind. Like even if they tried, it just feels like it feels like there was just something about you to this person. And I feel like there's like a soul contract that tethers the two of you. Angels, can you tell me more about this soul contract and what it entails? Like what is the ending? What is the breaking of this soul contract? Interesting. I don't know if I should say that out loud. And the reason why is because I feel like a lot of you are meant to be on this journey of like discovering yourselves right now and not paying so much mind and attention to this person. Like you're genuinely meant to be falling in love with yourself, like in so many different ways. And the attention of this person, for some reason, I feel like just pulls you from your path. It pulls you from your purpose. Like it's not the right time yet. It's really not. Yeah, I think that this person is kind of like going through something of their own right now. I'm just hearing like they're in heavy regret, they're in heavy contemplation, and I feel like the energy that this person is in is completely different than the energy that you are meant to be experiencing. Like you're not meant to be a part of that right now. You're meant to really enjoy your life, like really free yourself from the burdens of others. The artist, yeah, you're creating your life. You're manifesting powerfully at this time. Whoa. Slow down there with the new beginnings is what's coming through. Or not, with the Knight of Swords, rush right in. You have like, I just hear that you're going to be living your dream life. Like you're entering your dream state of existence, and it's like so much is available to you. You're going to be able to create so much from this place. I'm hearing where you previously had lack, you are going to have fulfillment. Like not only is your body going to be going through an upgrade, but also your mind. Like mindset shift is what's coming to mind. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm hearing you're creating a new reality for yourself. 7 of Wands. You had to fight for this. I feel like this is like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it came easy. You might even be going back and forth between like feeling really positive, feeling really strong and stable, and then also feeling insecure, feeling like the world is kind of like caving in around you. And this has nothing to do with like anyone else outside of you. This is all happening within you. But if you know what it is, the image I'm being shown is like knots being untied. Like these are karmic knots of like your soul's path, like your karmic contract. Knots that are being untied. King of Wands. Emotionally, you are becoming emotionally stronger, but you are untying knots that have been there. It's like, you know how like knots form in your muscles and they've been there, you know, for however long, and you don't even realize it till you go to get a massage and the person's just like, hey, it's kind of tense back here, it's kind of tight back here. It's just like, oh yeah, like I forgot. I think that you forgot that as you go deeper within yourself on your journey, you're going to come into contact with these knots because it's time to unravel them. And it's time to meet yourself emotionally in a way that like a father figure was never able to meet you. In a way that a masculine energy has never been able to meet you before is how you're about to be meeting yourself emotionally as you untie these knots, as you free yourself from like the burdens of masculine's energy. 9 of Cups. I feel like there's masculine energy in your life that has been so just like selfish, self-serving. And it's like, I just feel like you were really overlooked by like masculine energy in your life, even through childhood. And it's like They wanted to have you, but they didn't want to keep you. Like, they wanted to have you, but they didn't want to care for you. It's kind of the, ooh, that's going to be a big karmic cycle broken for a lot of you. Yeah, like self-serving, self-pity. It's kind of like you were dragged into karmic energy that wasn't, like, you were born into karmic energy that was not yours to carry, was not yours to like, it wasn't yours to unravel. But in the unraveling of your own soul contract, you're going to realize that, like, you've been free all along. But you just had to realize that. Like, you had to identify it, basically. You're getting your magic back. You're getting your spark back as you unravel these knots. Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. But it does require work. Like, but here's the thing is, like, you're going to fall in love with the work that you're doing. You're genuinely going to fall in love with your life again. And I feel like you haven't had that. Like, you haven't actually had that. Even when you thought you had it before, like, it kind of, like, fell apart. But this is different. This is so different. Yeah, even before, it felt like you were like working to no end, or like working to make ends meet, or you just never had like the free, it's like wish upon a star. I'm hearing wish upon a star. Like your wildest wish. Make your wildest wish right now. Because that's what I feel like is coming true for you. But you have to be willing to put the past to rest and put yourself to the test. You have to be willing to show up in your life in a way that you never had before. You have to be willing to charge forward. And you can't do it from a place of wounding. You have to do it from a place of peace and certainty. Yeah, charging forward. 10 of Cups. You literally get everything that you want. And it's not even just like everything that you want. It's like everything that God has laid out for you is what you're going to get. Like, God chose you for this path. Like, basically before you came here, what I'm being told and shown is that before you came here, you basically, like, you chose to go. Dear soul, before you leave, don't let this moment become just another message you watched and forgot. If these words stirred something deep inside your heart, that wasn't an accident. God wanted you to hear them. Right now, close your eyes for a moment and speak these words with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is working for me even when I cannot see it. My love is protected. My future is blessed. My story is still being written by His hands. Say it again. Let every word sink into the deepest part of your soul. Speak it until your fear loses its voice. Speak it until your hope becomes stronger than your doubt. Speak it until your heart remembers that heaven has never stopped fighting for you. No matter what you've been through, this is not the end of your story. The tears you've cried, the prayers you've whispered, and the nights you've spent wondering if God still hears you have all been seen. He has not forgotten your name, and He has not forgotten His promises over your life. If this message brought peace to your heart, please share it with someone else. Somewhere, someone is silently breaking inside. Someone is losing hope. Someone is asking God for one sign that He is still with them. Your share could be the answer to that prayer. It could remind them that they are loved, chosen, and never alone. And if the Holy Spirit places it on your heart to help us continue sharing these faith-filled messages around the world, please consider sending a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or whatever God leads you to give. Every gift becomes part of this mission to reach hearts that are desperate for hope. May the Lord bless you beyond anything you could imagine. May He return your generosity many times over, open doors no one can shut, heal every hidden wound, and fill your home with His peace, His favor, and His perfect love. Thank you for standing with us. Together, we are carrying God's light into places where darkness has lasted far too long, reminding every soul that His love never fails and His promises never return empty. You are being watched like a hawk for a very shocking reason. You are not behind, you are becoming. There is a specific kind of pain that comes from watching. Not from failing, not from falling behind in any objective sense, but from the particular agony of standing still, or feeling like you're standing still while the world around you appears to be moving, while people you grew up with, people you went to school with, people you've known for years are announcing things, getting the jobs, the partners, the homes, the children, the visible markers of a life progressing in the expected direction. And there you are, watching from a distance that feels both enormous and humiliating, trying to be genuinely happy for them while something quiet and sharp in your chest keeps asking the same question on repeat. When is it my turn? You have asked this question more times than you would admit. In the honest, unguarded hours, late at night, or early in the morning, before the day's obligations have fully arrived to distract you. You have sat with that question and felt the particular loneliness of not having an answer, of doing everything you know how to do, of wanting the right things, of being a good person who deserves good things, and still finding yourself in the same place, waiting, hoping, trying to maintain faith in a future that hasn't yet shown you enough of itself to make the faith feel easy. I want to tell you something about that waiting. It is not what it looks like. The cocoon is not a prison. There is a phase in the life of a butterfly that is genuinely, objectively terrible to be inside of. The caterpillar does not simply grow wings inside the cocoon. What actually happens is more dramatic and more disorienting than that. The caterpillar essentially dissolves. Its entire physical structure breaks down into a biological soup, a formless and unrecognizable mass, before the reorganization begins that will eventually produce something capable of flight. From the inside of that process, if a caterpillar could experience it consciously, it would feel like destruction, like complete and total loss of everything familiar. And it is. Well, before it is anything else, it is that. Well, what you have been living through, the isolation, the darkness, the feeling that you are being left behind while everyone else continues forward, is your cocoon. Well, not a metaphorical cocoon in the self-help sense that loses meaning through overuse, but the real thing, the actual dissolution phase, the period where the form you've been living in has to break down before the form you're meant to inhabit can assemble itself from what remains. This is why it has felt like darkness. Because it is dark in a cocoon it is designed to be. The darkness is not evidence that something has gone wrong. It is the condition under which the most profound transformation of your life is occurring, invisibly, silently, without external confirmation, without applause, without anyone being able to see it from the outside. The most important things that have ever happened to you have been happening in that cocoon, even when you couldn't feel them happening. You are not under siege. You are under protection. Here is something that might shift how you understand the period you've been in. You have not been alone in it. Not for a single moment. Not in the specific, profound sense of what alone actually means. There are forces, ancestors, spirit guides. The accumulated wisdom and love of people who came before you and continue to care about what happens to you, that have been present throughout every dark hour. Not passive, active. Working in the specific, non-linear ways that forces beyond physical reality work, creating conditions, removing obstacles, redirecting circumstances that would have taken you further from where you need to go. To then, you did not see most of this. You were not supposed to see most of it. The nature of this kind of protection is that it operates beneath the visible surface of events. In the coincidence that turned out to be a narrowly avoided disaster, in the door that closed just before a better one opened, in the timing that seemed terrible and turned out to be precise. The things you have been hoping for, financial freedom that removes the chronic anxiety of not having enough, a relationship so stable and so genuinely loving that worrying about it simply doesn't occur to you anymore. Health, that it allows you to move through the world with energy and ease. A sense of belonging that isn't conditional on your performance. These are not being withheld from you. They are being prepared for you, assembled in the order that makes them sustainable rather than temporary. There is a significant difference between receiving something before you are ready to hold it and receiving it when you are. What is coming to you is the latter. The dreams that would not leave you alone. Let's talk about the thing you've never quite been able to explain. the persistent, specific, sometimes almost embarrassing clarity of your own ambitions. You have always known somewhere underneath the doubt and the practical concerns and the reasonable voices telling you to be realistic, that your life was supposed to be something specific. Something larger than what you were currently living. Not in the arrogant sense, not in the sense of being more deserving than other people, but in the intimate, full, private sense of having a vision of your own future that was too specific and too persistent to be random. The money, the particular kind of love, the sense of purpose that comes from work that actually matters, the home, the family, the feeling of waking up in a life that is genuinely yours, these have not been fantasies. They have been information. Here is the insight that changes everything about how you understand your own longing. The desire for something is the future pulling you toward it. You want what you want because your future self already has it. And the feeling of that reality is reaching back through time to orient you in its direction. This is why your dreams have always felt less like wishful thinking and more like memory, less like hoping for something and more like recognizing something. The specific quality of your ambitions, the stubbornness of them, the way they return no matter how many times you try to talk yourself into smaller expectations, is not a character flaw. It is a compass. It is the future being accurate about itself before the present has caught up. The people who told you your dreams were too much were not wrong about the size of them. They were wrong about whether the size was a problem. It isn't. The size is the point. The irrelevance of the comparison. And I need you to genuinely hear this rather than simply read it. You have to stop measuring your life against the visible progress of people around you. Not because their success is threatening or because comparison is emotionally unhealthy in the generic sense that people say that, but because the comparison is genuinely, structurally meaningless. You are not on the same path as the people you have been comparing yourself to. You are on a categorically different path with a categorically different destination. Comparing your progress to theirs is like standing in an airport watching trains depart and wondering why you're being left behind. You are not a train. You are a plane. And the runway is longer and the preparation is more involved, and the wait before takeoff can feel interminable. But when you leave the ground, you leave it in a way that the trains cannot follow. You go somewhere they cannot go, at a speed they cannot match. The caterpillars around you, who appear to be further along, who have checked the boxes earlier, who have announced the milestones before you, they are on the ground. They will stay on the ground. That is not a criticism of them. It is simply an accurate description of different paths leading to different places. Your path leads somewhere that, from where you currently stand in the cocoon, you genuinely cannot fully imagine. Not because imagination is limited, but because what is being prepared for you exceeds the frame of your current reference points. When you emerge, there will be no comparison left to make. What the butterflies are saying, pay attention to butterflies in the days ahead. In whatever form they find you, a literal sighting in an unexpected place, an image that catches your eye, a reference in conversation or in something you're watching. A symbol that keeps appearing in the margins of ordinary days. When you see them, let them be confirmation rather than coincidences. Let them be the universe's specific personal way of saying, yes, this is real. The transformation is happening. You are almost through, because you are almost through. The dissolution phase, the darkness, the formlessness, the feeling of being suspended in an in-between that has no clear end is approaching, its conclusion. What comes next is not more waiting. What comes next is emergence. The life that is waiting on the other side. On the other side of this cocoon is a life that the current version of you, in the current moment of this difficult chapter, cannot fully comprehend. Not because it is theoretical or distant, but because it is so much more than what you've been living, that the gap between them makes direct imagination difficult. Financial abundance that does not run out. Not the feast and famine version that has characterized too much of your experience, but the steady, replenishing, reliable kind, the kind where money is a resource you manage rather than a crisis you navigate. The kind where the question is not whether there is enough, but what to do with what is consistently, abundantly available. Love that is so stable and so genuinely mutual that the anxiety you may currently feel in connection to romance will seem, from the vantage point of that future, like a distant and slightly incomprehensible memory. A partner who stays, who shows up the same way on difficult days as on easy ones, whose presence in your life is a source of peace rather than a source of vigilance. Health that allows you to be fully present in your own life, to feel well, to move well, to inhabit your body with the ease that comes from it actually functioning as it was designed to. And woven through all of it, justice, the restoration of balance, what was taken being returned, what was unfair being corrected. The universe, through the forces working on your behalf, setting right what has been wrong in quiet, specific, undeniable ways that will one day make you look back at the difficult chapter and understand every piece of it. But the worries down here is what I most want to leave you with, because it is both the simplest and the hardest thing. Give the worries to the forces that are carrying them anyway. Well, they are already working on the thing you are worried about. The anxiety you are holding is not helping the outcome. It is simply additional weight in an already heavy season. Well, the fear about money is not making the money arrive faster. The fear about love is not building the connection more quickly. The fear about the future is not accelerating its arrival. Well, what changes things is not the worrying. What changes things is the trust. Well, the specific, difficult, entirely countercultural choice to release the outcome to something larger than your individual management of it. Well, and to redirect the energy that worry was consuming toward being present in the life you are actually living right now. Well, your wings are forming, even now. Even in the dark, even when you cannot feel them. The cocoon is not permanent. Nothing that is designed to be outgrown is permanent. Well, and when you emerge, when the transformation that has been occurring in the unseen interior of this difficult season becomes visible to you and everyone around you, the waiting will make a specific, complete, retroactive sense that it cannot make from inside it. Well, trust that, claim that. You are not behind. You are becoming. And what you are becoming has no comparison in the world around you. You are always going to fly.